This is Terrio Media.
You don't have a money problem, you have an idea problem. This is Turnkey Real Estate Investing, the show for busy people who want to invest in real estate but don't have the time or desire to take on the heavy lifting. And here's your cash flow savvy host, Matt Terrio.
Hello, and welcome to Turnkey Real Estate Investing for busy people. Now, if this is your first time here, glad you made it. Make yourself at home. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. Alrighty, so March 17th and 18th, approaching very quickly. That's the next Epic Wealth Experience and Bus Tour. It's on the calendar. It is official, and that's going to be taking place in one of the strongest cash flowing markets in the entire country. That's St. Louis, Missouri. Early bird pricing is still in effect. Go to epicwealthexperience.com. Reserve your seat there. Pricing is going to increase the closer that we get to capacity, and I believe we're really getting close already. Only 30 spots available, so if you haven't purchased your ticket yet, don't get left out and don't pay more than you have to. Go to epicwealthexperience.com and get your spot there. I'd love to meet you. Let's go hang out and talk real estate, talk shop, and eat, drink, be merry, have a whole lot of fun. It's always fun. It's always more than what people expected. And, I want to share that experience with you too. All right. So here we are, just having passed our 2-year anniversary of this show, of the Turnkey Real Estate Investing Show. And I have nobody to thank but you, because this show just would not exist if it weren't for you. You're the ones that share this with your friends and your family and your associates. You pass it forward like that. It's really difficult for small little podcasts and small little shows like this one to promote and market and advertise and attract new listeners. It's just kind of the way the world of podcasting works. But we are the biggest turnkey real estate investing show on iTunes, and we just would not be if it weren't for you. So thank you very much for your support of this show. And, the more I talk about the subject here, the more I learn that there's not that much to it. It's pretty simple to buy a house, to fix it up, put a tenant in place, arrange for a professional to manage it, and then it's just up to you to manage the manager so that you collect proceeds from your tenant. Pretty simple philosophy or simple process, I guess, is what I'd rather call it. Just a very simple system. It's very understandable. It's very tangible. Warren Buffett says he never invests in anything he doesn't understand. Well, this real estate thing and income property specifically is a very simple concept to understand. So not that much to it. And the turnkey part of the equation is merely just having someone do all of that heavy lifting that's required up front. Most of it's required up front. Just have somebody else do it all for you. That's the turnkey part. And primarily the goal for most income property investors is to build their positive monthly cash flow to a point to where it exceeds their monthly expenses. That's what we call escaping the rat race, when your passive monthly income exceeds your monthly expenses. And thereby giving them the option, or giving people the option, to not work if they don't want to, or to work on what they want to rather than what they have to. That's the primary goal. That's when you're out of the rat race. Exiting the rat race doesn't mean that you're not working anymore. It doesn't mean that you're retiring, although it could if that's what you want. But what it really means is that you just get to work on what you want to. You get to do with your days what you want to rather than what you have to. So the secondary goal there, though, would be once your monthly expenses are covered, is to have your excess monthly passive income, after all your expenses are paid, after all your bills are paid, and your livelihood and all your fun and entertainment, all that's paid for too, to take that excess monthly passive income and use that to build your wealth. And to me, that's when the process gets really exciting. When your wealth builds, whether you go to work or not. That's the exciting part of the process. So it kind of comes in 2 phases. First goal is to get your monthly passive income to exceed your monthly expenses. And once you get there, then you use what's left over to actually build your wealth. Really awesome place to be. So those are 2 obvious and realistically achievable goals for most of the people that we get to work with, and they can be accomplished in a fraction of the amount of time that 99% of the population is going about it. And if that 99% of the population, if they ever achieve it, and we can do this we've proven it in 1/10 the time. So what makes turnkey investments so attractive to most people is that they can build their income property portfolio by leveraging other people's resources and other people's efforts, while they continue to use their job's income to support themselves until their real estate holdings can take over that job. Got it? And with that description lies the top 5 advantages of investing in turnkey property. So number 1 is you don't have to find the deal. Arguably, this could be the most difficult part of investing in real estate. As the saying goes, you make your money when you buy real estate. And I mean, typically it would take thousands and thousands of marketing dollars and man hours to find a steady flow of deals to build a cash flowing investment property portfolio. Or it would take some serious connections that require constant nurturing over an extended period of time to channel a consistent flow of deals like that. With the turnkey property provider, you can skip that often costly trial and error process. I mean, sure, some of that expense is going to be built into the purchase of the investment property. I mean, you're paying for the service, so that's going to be inside of your purchase price. But the alternative, if becoming a full-time real estate investor isn't your ambition, that alternative is far more costly, especially the learning curve as you ramp up and you figure out how to do it. So the number one advantage here of a turnkey real estate investment is the deal is already found for you. It's just put in your lap and you get to choose. Number two, you aren't limited to just one market. Most people think that investing locally, that's their only option, of which can be a very limiting aspect of real estate investing. Limiting in many ways, limiting when it comes to risk management, limiting when it comes to wealth creation. The truth is there are probably, 350 to 400 major markets in the United States, of which 20 to 30 of those at any given time are optimal for any specific situation. And the likelihood of you living in one of those markets that's optimal for your specific situation, it's unlikely. And additionally, diversifying the geography of your investment properties is one of the wiser things you can do when it comes to risk management of your portfolio. So that's number two. You're not limited to just one market. You have choices geographically, and you can spread that out. Number three, you don't have to do the rehab. You don't have to do the repair of the property. That's all done for you as well. If you're anything like me and a hammer is a dangerous weapon in your hands, primarily dangerous to yourself, then this is a huge advantage to investing in a turnkey property. Some people like that kind of stuff. Some people want to get their hands dirty. They want to go in there and fix things. Others would rather go do something else with their time. And I'm one of those people, actually. So we have people that do that for us, and that's something that you can do as well. You can leverage other people's manpower, expertise, and efforts to do the rehab and the repairing of the properties for you. So that's number three. Number four, you don't have to find a tenant. The screening of tenants, that's all done for you. Typically, a turnkey property, it's not really a turnkey property unless it actually comes with a tenant, meaning you turn the key and then the rent starts coming in. So there'll be nothing really on your end that requires you to advertise to the public, to accept applications and read through those applications, process those applications, screen them, and then finalize all of the documents that are required once you've selected a tenant. So number four, you don't have to find the tenant. And number five, which is arguably maybe the first or the second, I don't know, it goes back and forth whether finding the deal or managing the property is the more difficult part of the process. But it doesn't matter with a turnkey provider because both of them are done for you. So number five is you don't have to manage the property. You don't have to be a landlord. You don't have to manage the property. You don't have to manage the tenant. Most turnkey properties are going to come with property management in place, alleviating you from all the normal, daily, mundane tasks that landlords have to frequently endure. That's all done for you too. So your job is to merely manage the property manager. And as your portfolio grows, you'll begin to realize how much of a perk that actually is. Then, instead of managing multiple properties, you're managing one person that manages those multiple properties for you. Alrighty, so if you're on the fence as to should I or shouldn't I when it comes to turnkey real estate investing, hope that all helps a bit. Those are the 5 top advantages, and I'll go through them one more time. Let's see. You don't have to find the deal. They find the deal for you. You aren't limited to just one market, so you can diversify geographically. You don't have to rehab or repair the property. You don't have to find the tenant, and you don't have to manage it. Alrighty, so ideally turnkey investments are for busy people that want to invest in real estate, yet just don't have the desire and or the time and or the patience to do all of that heavy lifting. So a turnkey real estate provider makes a great solution for people that fit that category. So if you have any additional questions about the process and would like to determine whether or not turnkey investing would be a good option for you, if it's going to make sense for you in your situation, you can go to passiveincomeaudit.com, passiveincomeaudit.com to book a call with a cash flow savvy specialist. And that's absolutely free, no obligation, no weird stuff. Just you can get your questions answered and then you can make the decision. You can gather all the information that you need to make an educated decision about what's best for you. All Alrighty, so passiveincomeaudit.com. Alrighty, I'll see you next week on another episode of Turnkey Real Estate Investing, where cash flow is king.
Do you have doubts about your current plan for retirement actually panning out? Imagine revolutionizing your retirement plan so that it pays you right now and in retirement. Change one thing one time and that revolution can be yours. That's bad news for Wall Street, but great news for you. We are cash flow savvy, and we'd like to offer you free information that will show you how one simple tweak can cause your retirement plan to pay you right now and in retirement, and it's yours for free. For the secret your financial planner doesn't want you to know, go to cashflowsavvy.com. That's cashflowsavvy.com.